In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the window motor and regulator assembly on your Dodge Durango. This is going to be located inside of the rear door. Let's get started. Open the door handle, then we're going to use a pick right in the bottom left corner. And we're going to pop this door out. It's a little trim piece. Using a 10mm socket, remove the bolt. Using a small pick, we're going to open this little trim door that's inside of our door handle. Pull that door up, and we're going to have a 7mm bolt under it. Remove the bolt. I'm going to use a plastic trim tool, and I'm going to get behind the door panel. We're going to have some rivets, or some pop rivets in here that we have to pop out. I got my fingers under this door panel right on the side, and then just gave it a good pull, and this will pop your rivets out if you're having trouble with your trim tool going around and popping them. Keep going around the door, popping all of those rivets. We're going to lift our door straight up over that door handle lock. Now we're going to have a few connectors on the back that we have to get. Using a small pick, I'm going to push up on these tabs. Remove the cable from the door handle. We have one more connector we need to get for our window switch. There's a button right on my forefinger. Push on that tab, pull straight back, and remove that connector. Then remove the door panel. Using a pair of pliers, we're going to pinch the two tabs for the harness. We're going to pull that clip out. And we're going to remove the connector for our window motor. Pull that red tab out. You don't have to pull it fully out, but you have to get it into the unlocked position. And then on the bottom, you're going to have a tab. Press on that tab and pull straight back and remove that connector. That red lock tab goes right back in with that lip facing down. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to remove the 7 bolts that are going through our door. Using a T27, we're going to put these locks in the unlocked state, turn them clockwise. We're going to remove the window switch from our door panel. To do this, we're going to push right on the back of it, out towards the outside. And we'll flip it around. You can see it's held in by 4 tabs. And just pop that out. Install the window switch to the connector. We're going to go into the car and turn our key to the on position, and then we're going to put the window down in the back. Roll the window down. You want to roll it down until you can see this white clip through this hole. We're going to go up just a little bit, actually. We're going to have to reach through and grab the tab on the front side. Right about there. I can get my hand on it. Using a T25 bit, remove the 3 screws for the speaker. Remove the speaker from the door. Remove the connector for the speaker. Push on the tab, pull straight back, remove the connector. Now we're able to reach up into there and get our white clip for our window. I'm going to install a suction cup to hold the window up while we disconnect it. If you don't have these suction cups, you can use something like painter's tape. You just don't want something that's going to harm your paint. I'm going to reach in and I'm going to grab that white clip. I'm going to open it up. When I do that, I'm going to pull up on my glass assembly and pop it out of that clip. We're going to go do the same thing through the speaker hole. There we go. We'll show you those tabs once the regulator's out. With the window unlocked, pull it all the way up into the upward position. This is when you'll take your tape and you'll go up and over the door and secure it to the other side of the window. If you have these suction cups, just put them over, stick them to the other side. Turn your car to the off position. Push the lock tab all the way in for the window motor regulator connector. Install the connector onto the window motor regulator. Pull back on the red lock tab. There's a button right here. Push on it with your forefinger and remove the connector. Install that lock tab back in. I'm going to pull the harness out of a few of those tabs to give me just a little bit of extra room. Pull that door cable out of the bracket. Push back on the purple tab. And we can push down on it and remove the connector. That's our push tab and our lock. We have two tabs on this plastic stay right here. Go ahead and pinch those and pull it through. We're going to reach inside of the door and we're going to find that pink tab all the way in the back here. I'm going to pop the pink tab off of the rod, and I'm going to pull that rod forward and disconnect it from that bracket, just like that. Using a T30 bit, remove the 3 screws. Remove the 8mm screw. Remove the door panel and lock assembly from the vehicle. Remove the connector for the lock. Pull the harness down and out. Using a trim tool, pop the plastic stay for the harness. Pull the harness through the door panel assembly. Remove the door carrier. Using an 8mm socket, remove the 4 bolts for the regulator transmission. Flip the assembly over. Using a T25 bit, remove the 3 screws for the motor. Remove the motor. Pinch the tabs on either side and push through. And remove the assembly. Here we have our new regulator assembly. We're going to use a Phillips head and we're going to remove the 3 screws for the motor. Remove the motor, put that off to the side. Drop in the bracket and the 2 rails. They'll drop onto their pins. Install the screws for the rails. Flip the assembly over, install the motor. You may have to put a hand on the back side of your plate. Get all of the screws started. Snug them down. Pull the door harness through the plate and get the connector installed. Push until you hear a click. If you don't, give it a pull, make sure it's locked on. Now we're ready to install our door panel. Install the door plate into place. You're going to want to get your lock started first. Lift slightly up on the assembly. Push the bottom part in and then fully seat the door panel. We're going to go around and close our green lock tabs. And those will hold the panel up for us. Install the 8mm bolt. You may have to put a hand through the door to make that bolt hole line up. We're going to drop our window glass down now. So I'm going to put a hand through the window, or I'm going to put a hand through the door and hold on to the bottom of the window. And I'm going to undo my suction cup. If you don't have suction cups, undo your painter's tape or whatever you're using to hold up this glass. I'm going to slowly let this glass down. Then we're going to look through our door. And we're going to look at our plastic clips. We're going to try and drop this window right into that plastic clip. I'm going to reach up through the door speaker. And just like that, You heard the 2 snaps, and that is our window tabs clicking into place. So now our window glass is locked in. We're going to install our harness into place. Get that plastic stay. Install the connector. Push and T here a click. Close that purple lock tab. Make sure it's locked on. Install the cable. Install the harness into the bracket. This is our window switch that'll go through the door. Install the connector to the speaker. Push until you hear a click. Give it a pull, make sure it's locked on. Get the speaker installed. Be sure that harness is going through the small cutout they have. Get the 3 screws started by hand. Make sure they're nice and snug. Install the window motor connector. Push until you hear a click. Give it a pull. Make sure it's locked on. Be sure that red lock tab is closed. Install the plastic stay into the bracket. If you have any of these white clips that stayed in the door and not the panel, use a trim tool and pop the clip out. And then you can reinstall it into the door panel. To install that white clip, just slide it into place. Before we remove our window switch, we want to put the window up and check the function. Leave the window in the all the way up state. You can pull it down just a little bit so it's not flexing this plate. And then you can remove your window switch, push on that tab, pull straight out, remove that connector. Turn your car back off so you don't kill the battery. Install the 3 bolts. Get the bolts nice and snug. We're going to reach into the door. Install the harness into the plastic stay. And we're going to go install that rod into that pink clip. Just like that. Close the pink tab around the rod. Your cable should be installed right here. And your harness has another plastic stay right here. Pull the door up and close it. Be sure that harness is in that little cutout area. Now go around the door installing all of the 10mm bolts. Get them nice and snug. One right under the speaker. We're going to install the door handle cable. Get that cable installed through the handle. And we're going to pull that cable over and set it. Pull on your handle and make sure you hear the door lock function on your left. Pull the connector for the window switch up and through the door panel and push the door panel to the door. Install the door panel over your door lock. Get it through that hole in the door. Make sure you still have that harness for the window switch poking through the door. We're going to line up our door tabs. Push them into place. Once you have everything lined up, give it a solid tap, and you'll hear the clips click in. Install the bolt through the door handle. That's a 10mm bolt. We have the small trim tab. Push that, hear it click into place. Install the window switch. Push until you hear a click, give it a pull, make sure it's locked on. We're going to push this right down into place. Get it fully seated. Install the bolt in the door handle. Snug down the 7mm bolt. Close the little door. And you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.